5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring them out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective.
It's the biggest boss
From business, entertainment, love, and life,
Had to find my inner power.
to fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.
Here I am, god damn it. Here I am. Welcome to the Romello Marcellus Show once again, man. It's Monday, and if you got a case of the Mondays, oh, well, the day's about over. You can put this one in the books, I guess, you know. Blessed to be here. We losing so many others, man. R.I.P. McKay Mutombo, Chris Christopherson, and I think it was one other celebrity that passed away, but then there's so many other family members that are our family members that have gone on, man. Listen, if you got beef, you got problems with your people, you need to square that thing away, man, because it'll come a time where you won't be able to have the opportunity to even apologize or to reach out and touch your loved ones. Seems like every day, man, we losing somebody, we falling right on off. Right on off. Yeah. Reach out to your people, make that shit right. Make it right. Man, this show right here, man, I've been pondering it and pondering it and pondering. I said I'm gonna do it. I wasn't gonna do it at first, but the way that we see things that are going on, you got to ask yourself, how much is this shit pre-existing, and who's getting dressed for the party, and what impact are they really making on the world in which we live in? So yeah, man, tis what it is. Hey, check in with your people. Check in with your people up down the eastern seaboard and everywhere else that has been affected by the hurricane. You know, checking on your people, man. Make sure everybody's good, and if you could send any aid to people that are in need down there in those areas, man, do so. Do what you can do. Do what you can do. Yeah, man. Year is closing on us fast, man, and everybody's talking about the elections and the debates and all of that crap, and I ain't talking about it. Miss me with it. I said enough. It's all on us, each and every one of us, to search our hearts to do the best thing or the right thing or the thing that we believe is right. Okay. Now, let's get to the goddamn show. Let's get to the show. Let's get to the feeling. The show, man. Listen. This here's what I'm talking about, right? The culture, man. There's a lot of vultures, and there's a lot of people that are playing house and pretend, and they pimping, doing a whole lot of different things, man, that we see, but we act like we don't see, and we're looking for approval from others to talk about it and be about it. But I'm talking about it, goddammit. Hey, look, man, what I want to know, what I truly want to know is, let me do it like this, man. I truly believe that, let me do this justice right. Let me do this right. Bear with me. Hang on. Give me a minute. Give me a second. Let me pull this in, man, because I want to talk about this, and I want the visualization of it all to ring true with you and yours. So I'm not just on here rambling and all that kind of shit. You feel me? You figure deal me? Yeah, I'm gonna pull this in too, because I'm gonna touch on this, and there's a lot of things that people don't know, and I think I want you all to be able to do your homework and be your own oracle, So you know what you're talking about because you see it for yourself, or you heard it for yourself, not just me saying it or pointing you in a direction so you can go and get it. I want you to be able to see it for yourself and hear it from the people who said it themselves out of their own mouth. If that makes sense to you. Hang on. I'm coming, god dang it, I'm coming. Give me a second, man. Let me do me. I ain't gonna rush this one. I'm gonna take my time with this one. I'm gonna take my time with this one. Oh, shout out to my girl Rossi. Happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday. No, that ain't that. Here we go. Here we go. I'm coming. God dang it. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. All right. Hang on, man. Hold your britches. Hold them on. Hold your britches. Hang on, it's coming. I'm waiting for it to upload. Can I get it to upload so we can talk about it? Well, I want to talk about it intelligently. I don't want to waste the breath, but I don't want to rush this thing. It's like Novocaine. I'm injecting this so it'll work over time. It ain't gonna work totally today, but I want it to marinate on you when you leave, when you check out. You know, I want you to feel what I'm saying to you, so that you can look around and you can see some of the things that make you say, You know, I got somebody around me that can ear hustle, sit in the room about 30, 40 folks and hear everything that individuals are saying and give understanding of what they are talking about from their point of ear or point of hearing. And I've been trying to do that lately. And it's weird, man, the things that you hear in comparison to what you see, you know, what you visually see, you know, when you're listening, your ears are hearing or seeing for you. Here we go. Now I can do this completely. If you're just joining the show, that is, this is what we're talking about. Did Daddy groom his little girl to be a hoe for the freak offs? You know, I thought about that thing, man, after I really took some time to really look at it and dissect it, the thought of it all. And it's like, wow, man, this could very well be a thing. And the reason I'm saying it is because, God damn it, the girl been around. The young girl has been around in her young time. And all this shit is on Front Street. So we don't know all of the one-offs and the no names that were along, and you know, we don't know. We have no idea. So here, this is a thought-provoking show as usual, from the Romello Marcellus Show, where we tackle real issues affecting our community. Because this is one of those things where perception is everything. Today, we're going to dive deep into this controversial subject, right? I'm hoping I'm stirring the pot, because that's my intent. The question is, did Steve Harvey groom his daughter, Lori Harvey, to be a hoe? Or did he freak off? Yeah, that's right. We're talking about her lifestyle, her many high-profile boyfriends, and what message and behaviors, or what the behaviors that she's projecting is taking effect to all the young ladies who admire her and follow her, that look like her. You know, does that contribute to this prostitution and slut culture? Yeah. That part. the girl been connected to Diddy's son. I think it's Christian. Yeah, she was with him first and then ended up with the daddy. Yeah. He was Michael B. Jordan with Trey Songz. And what he say? I ain't got no respect for no slut. I'm gonna stick my thumb in the butt. Yeah. She was fucking with Future. Yeah. So I'm like, wow. As a father, listen to me. If I know that's your bag and your game, and when we talking what we talking, there's no way I could allow you to disrespect my daughter, even if you her selection. Because nigga, you ain't got that much complexion for the protection. Trust me, I'm pulling up, and we're gonna have a conversation about it. But that's each his own. I'm honestly, yeah. What I want to know is, what is she actually promoting? Okay. First things first, we need to talk. We need to ask, what role does Steve play in all of this shit that she's doing anyway? All right. Steve being known for his quote unquote advice for women on how to find a good man, but and writing the books and the movie, what is it? Act Like a Lady and Think Like a Man. He's a quote unquote family man, and he's professing all of these positive images as a man and a male role model, and being able to have a good woman, a good wife at home, that kind of thing. So it looks like she didn't buy into his bullshit. I wouldn't say bullshit, but the thing he was ripping off or selling us, right? So it seems like everything he stood for or is standing for or is selling, she's going against or has gone against. So did Steve groom her? Did he groom her into the lady that she is today, or did this just by happenstance she changed her whole thing and decided to be independent of her stepfather's influence? I think it's a mix, though. I think it's a mix of both. On one hand, Steve might have taught her to be confident and go get the things that she want out of life, and she's doing that. You want to go get the You want to go get the From this one and that one. Listen, every time you turn around, she's with somebody else, man. She just got finished, I guess, with the boy Idris Damson, Damson Idris, or whatever his name is, from Snowfall, the little guy from Snowfall. I think that was her last. Well, no, I think Future was the last one. I'm not sure. Either way, there's too many goddamn dudes to be having in these short periods of time on Front Street where everybody can see what you got going on. And every time we turn around, you half naked by somebody's pool, and perpetuating certain things that are not truly realistic to those that are watching and following you, right? My problem with that is, as a father, watching your daughter hop from relationship to relationship, especially with folks that have questionable reputations, like Future. All them baby mamas, all of that raw meat, meat on meat. You feel me? Yeah. Nigga, you a gateway to anything and everything. I wonder how many demons, let me retract that. Allegedly. All these things, I'm going to say allegedly. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Look, her dating history reads like a Hollywood who's who. It wasn't Christian. It was Justin that she dated. Okay, or rumored to be, allegedly. Okay, which is just as wild. And then there's Michael B. Jordan, the quote unquote clean cut guy. But then there's also Trey Songz, and these dudes have been notorious when it comes to the ladies. You hear me? So I don't know what kind of good man she was taught to look for, which bleeds into something else, right? And I'm gonna cover it. I just want to lead off into this. I'm going to take my time with this shit, right? So here we go. What does that say about her? Is it she just living her life? Or is she promoting a lifestyle that glorifies jumping from one relationship to the other? Whether high or low profile doesn't make a difference. And more importantly, what message is she sending to the young women out here that are watching that, right? Who follow her on Instagram and, you know, all of the social platforms, the new outside, right? And if that's what she's promoting, right? I can see fault in that, where you promoting your relationships as opposed to your own personal accomplishments. And that's a dangerous message. Let's not forget the roles that the rest of us in society play in all this as we promote it, right? She's a product of celebrity culture, her father, and so on and so forth. And it seems like every time you see her, she's with some quote unquote famous man, right? And you got the social platforms that hype this thing up and make it a thing to be admired. But at what cost? Nobody knows what cost she's paying to do that. No one knows what she's actually sacrificing or trading for these things that she's getting. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I can't even. I don't know. Is it about the money? Is it about the fame? What is it about? Because I don't know. Or is it about just being young and free, reckless? She's managed to keep her name in the headlines by who she's dating, except for instead of actual achievements aside from her relationships. I couldn't tell you what does she do? What is she known for, other than being Steve's stepdaughter? Yeah, this is the problem with modern celebrity culture. It glorifies who you are or who you with, as opposed to who you truly are, what you bring to the table, what you invest, right? So let's talk about the double standards right now. Now, I know some people might say Lori's just living her life. She's young, she's beautiful, and she has every right to date whoever she wants. Okay, to a degree, and to an extent. That's I guess it could be true, depending on how you're doing it. But the question isn't about her living her life. It's about the example she sets. If you're going to be in the public light, and this is what I talk about all the time, as far as us being seen and visible to those who are seeking some sort of guidance and a direction in their life and what they want to do. So if we're setting bad examples, not that we are, considered, I guess a lot of us won't consider ourselves to be role models, but we all actually are when we take the gauntlet to stand out in front of a camera and do, prime example, this thing that I'm doing now. I have to set an example. I ain't perfect, but I'm doing my best to make it in. There's a difference between living your life and promoting a lifestyle that could be negative or could have negative consequences to those who try to follow it. Because the average young lady out here is looking for somebody who they can consider successful by means. And at some point in time, you know the saying, cash, gas, ass, nobody rides for free. She's going to have to pay for that ride. And the question is, can she handle what comes with that? Can she handle the pressure that comes with that ride? Hell, you might want to say, okay, I want to fuck with Johnny, right? And you don't know who Johnny really is. Johnny could be a very nice guy on the top. He could love bomb the shit out you. He could take you to the moon and back, and every island on the face of the earth, and he could lace you in every aspect of luxury life. But at the same time, Johnny like his dick sucked for 8 hours on Tuesday. He like anal on Wednesday. He like to go to see the Scrippers on Thursday, and he likes to piss on you on Friday. But that's Johnny. We don't know what Johnny's into. We don't know what individuals are paying or what prices they're paying for their lives. We don't know. We have no clue. But because people are perpetuating the good shit, all of the fluff and the cream that sits on top of it, we don't know how murky the water is below. We don't know. Our society is so screwed up where we watch people on the Insta slut promoting a lifestyle where a female could have a bag and a pair of shoes and stepping out on a nice ride, and the ride not even hers for one. None of it is true. She can own the bag and the shoes, but hell, she could be living on somebody's sofa. We don't know. But because of what is seen by an individual who could perpetually have that advantage, rich daddy, who's going to make sure you are well taken care of and you got the best of the best that you can have, or that he can extend to you, and you having access to all of these quote unquote high profile folks based on who you are at this point in time, it goes over most head. They believe that they can have it when they see it. This is where shit goes left. We got to talk about the double standards, right? If a man was jumping around from relationship to relationship with high profile women, would he be criticized in the same way? Probably not, because men are often given a pass when it comes to dating multiple women, because the world believes that we're supposed to, or we should, or it shouldn't be a problem, right? But at the same time, the public expects women, especially those in the spotlight, to carry themselves with a certain level of respect and class. Now, what I will say about that, a lot of people out here going to school, paid for school, and you can get all the degrees you want, but you can still never buy class. A lot of you are still low life trash. And it didn't have to do with where you've been. It's about where you are. Are you willing to do the work for you to change your perception? I heard some people tell me, well, that's who my father was. That's who my mother was. That's who my people were. Man, fuck your people. You ain't got to be your people. Yeah. They can influence you in the mindset to say, I want more than what the hell they were. And that's where we're supposed to be as children, coming from our parents. You know, that's our birthright, to be better than they ever was. Because everything is there for us in a way that it wasn't there for them. So there's no excuse for us, even now. So what's the takeaway for the young women, right? Watching Lori Harvey's every move is it empowering to you? That's the question. Or is it misguidance? On one hand, some might say, we might argue that Lori is just owning her sexuality. Yeah, right. And using her relationships to gain power in a male-dominated world. Well, shit, she got covering. Don't follow her to walk her into places. You know what I mean? That's not even a conversation that is worth even pondering, right? On the other hand, there's the argument that this behavior sets a harmful precedent, teaching young women that the path to success and validation lies in the arms of the next high-profile man that they can lock down. Now, we all know that there is this level of hypergamy that females are always looking for the next best hit. She can have a good man, but there's always that potential that she wants to keep that option open, that eye open, or this individual over here that's an idea. Yeah, loving ideas as opposed to actually loving the individual. A lot of you do that. In a time when young women are being bombarded with messages about what it means to be independent and empowered, Lori Harvey's actions could be confusing, very confusing. True empowerment is self-worth, self-respect, and independence. Not about how many rich and famous dudes that you can get with, or how many dudes with money you can get with. You know, understand? Just trust me. Like I said, cash, gas, or ass. Nobody rides for free. Thing is, you taking things from people. There's an expectation. There's no dude, no man, no person of the male persuasion that's stepping to you and doing anything for you without an expectation of something in return. It's just not so. Even those little friends, oh, he's just my friend. Bullshit. Be your friend as long as you keep him in the friend zone. But the minute you give him an opportunity to get in and change up, and he's able to get you to drop him, trust me, he going up in there. Ain't got no respect for his slut. Your friend gonna stick his thumb in your butt. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why you have men that will tell you you don't have no friends. If you got a man, you don't need no male friends at all. I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it's my boy best friend. We've been friends since we became. I don't want to hear that shit at all. You don't have no. I'm your friend. Yeah. That part. At the end of the day, man, she's a representative. This is what I was talking about, where you got all of them lined up, all of the rap artists, all of the pop artists now that are out here that are of a darker hue. You know, you got Ice Spice, you got Megan Thee Stallion, you got Cardi B, you got Glorilla, you got, you know, all of these quote unquote frontline images. Let me say images that are considered representatives of our Black sisters. So I'll say this: Lori Harvey represents more than herself. Okay, she's a figure in the Black community, and someone that looks like her. So many young Black females want to emulate her in different ways, whether it's the way she wears her hair, the clothes she wears, the people that she's around, or the influences she garners. You know what I mean? And whether or not Steve Harvey directly influenced her behavior, she's clearly made a mark. Whether it's positive or not, that's questionable, right? The question is that marks something. Is it should be something we should be proud of, or she should be proud of? Or is it something we need to reconsider? Her lifestyle, man. The average individual could look at it and say, oh, it's glamorous. But, you know, it also raises important questions about what we teach in our young girls about relationships and their self-worth. What it means to be truly empowered. Now, a lot of you misconstrued empowerment, right? Especially when it comes to your relationships. You think that, you know, your tones can become masculine. Yeah, a lot of you believe that. You know, you think that, you know, your bark can in some way become worse than your bite. But the expression of I'm my own person and I do what I want to do, that all comes with consequences. And consequences, a lot of times, man, others buy into, you know. And not everybody can handle that kind of pressure. Yeah. Well, as we continue to watch this young lady, man, we also should be asking ourselves what kind of examples we want to set for the next generation of Black women. That's the question. But when we talk about empowerment, right? I'm gonna shift gears, right? Here's the bait and switch, right? So you got a young lady who's willing to move about the world and do what she needs to do, and she's switching up dudes like she's changing clothes, right, on Thursday night. What I want to know is what the letdown look like. What she calling the motherfuckers? Hey, that's it. You had your time. I'm gonna get my time back. Deuces. Or I don't know, man. I wonder what the letdown look like. I wonder what the break off looks like, or is it? This is what makes me question whether or not these are groomed situations, because it's an on and it's an off and off thing. It's like you see them, you see her with an individual, and shit, almost a month later, she with another one, if that. So I want to know what that delivery is like. You see, One of those that's gonna tell you, fuck you, nigga, yeah, I'm done. And boom, or she just change your phone number and send a cease and desist letter from attorneys. How does that work? How is this working? Especially with the kind of dude she's dating, unless they already know, hey, look, we on some single off shit. We just fucking, we might take a few pictures here and there together, but that's about it. I won't make no statements about you. You don't make no statements about me. Sign this contract and boom, we done. We last 90 days and we done. That's questionable. I'm looking at that because when you process these dudes, right? It wasn't a long drawn out period. We're talking about a period of maybe 2-3 years. That's bad. I used to say this all the time, right? We talk about numbers. Okay. Let's say her is let's say 10 dudes. Now, you know, you got to round it up to the ones that we don't know and we didn't see, we have not seen, have not been on the camera anywhere. Just regular old dudes that may have pulled on her and was able to look up on her in the mall or some shit like that, and boom. So here we go. 10 dudes. 10 dudes a year. You rolling like that on a regular. 10 dudes a year. Okay. Now let's say 10 years pass, right? How many dudes is that? God damn, that's a whole lot of fucking, man. That's a whole lot of spirits, whole lot of imprinting. You do know, ladies, that any man that you lay with imprints you. Yeah. And I'll tell you something. It's a little game. $3.99. If you have a man that's in tune to you and you decide to step out, he'll know. I'll tell you why. A man sees himself in you once he imprints you. If that imprint is tarnished in any way, you'll know it. He may not say nothing to you, but he know. He know. I'm gonna tell you how you can tell he know, because he's gonna tighten up on everything else around you, the way you're going, what you're doing, what we doing. He'll invest a little more time in what he needs to be investing in with you, because he need to get up close and personal to you to see you. He'll watch you while you sleep, even touching you slightly and giving you that. You get that thing in your sleep. Yeah. You do it. It's subconscious. It just comes with you because the nature of you guys, unless you are really freed in the wild, you can't commit to one man. Yeah. But no, fuck all that. Back on this subject, man. I just want to know how the hell this broad is breaking up. Is she giving them with the man shit? Nigga, fuck you. Don't come around here no more. You know, rah. When you see me, don't know me. And yeah, don't call me back again. Which speaks volumes, right? It is, right? Check this out. What I want to know is, black women, how should black men handle your masculine nature? Yeah. Because we're the only culture that's not in the position, or excuse me, we're in position, but we're always challenged when it comes to correction of you guys. Yeah. That part. And I'm speaking, this is how this is correlated, right? The average female that moves with that kind of freedom that this young lady has, and let's say she had a dude. Yeah. You can't just web this shit off. You don't just break off and then, okay, you take a time and you jump over. Usually when there are other individuals that are in the sphere of things, when you're in one, you kind of like slither on over to the next. And that was something that's already been perpetuated and projected. So, you know, when you have those kind of things, I said it all the time, men, we love authentically, right? We don't give often. So usually if we step to you, we're not investing a whole lot. We'll do the dinners, we'll do the whatever the fuck, you know, that shit, it just comes with it. Because I'm fucking at the time. Yeah, okay. But when we go further and we talk about a man's investing of emotions and spirits and his self and his time and his resources and all that kind of stuff, because really all a man can offer is his resources up front, right? So when we start talking about offering of his personal self, it changes the dynamic of the viewership of the man. Okay, let's just say this particular man was your jump off. He was your side dude. He was the backup plan. Do you really think that that man would operate in complete relinquishment of trust with you? If he did, or if he expressed it, or he's shown that, it means he genuinely doesn't care about you. Tell you why. That means he's not giving you any emotions. He's giving you just what he's always giving you. He's giving you the freaky drive-by. He's pulling up, and only thing he's extending is a little more time. There is no true emotions or affections or anything that's going to govern the building of life with you. But someone who steps outside of that character and says, hey, I'm going to accept you for who you are, and yeah, we fucked around, but here, this is us. I know a lot more about you because you shared these things by venting to me as your quote-unquote friend. So yeah, I like what I see. You don't ever have to lie to me. I don't have to lie to you. Blah, blah, blah. Boom. Let me just say this to you. Once again, the benefit of doubt when it comes to anything that has to do with trustworthy shit, you gave that away. That's gone. That has to be earned and rebuilt. There's an extra step that's going to have to be taken within that relationship. That's on both parties' part, if that was the case, to ensure or to assure the other individual that you're trustworthy, meaning that, yeah, although I cheated, I'm not going to cheat on you. Make it make sense. Now, let me get back to what I wanted to talk about. I'm laying the foundation, right? So, I want to navigate through this tough issue, right? This stirs a lot of debates, man, in barber shops on Saturday morning. And we had these conversations as brothers amongst ourselves. How are black men supposed to deal with the masculine black woman that consistently disrespects them? And on top of that, let's explore why it seems acceptable in every other race and culture for men to correct their women, but for the black man. And it's often seen, as you guys would say, out of line, disrespectful, sassy, whatever you want to call it, right? Let's start by looking at why this issue even exists. Historically, black women have had to take on the roles and being a leader, having extra strength and, running the household and doing various things in the onset of the systematic or systemic challenges. But what I'm gonna say is bullshit at this point, because I'm tired of saying, well, it's slavery and this is a bunch of fucking excuses, right? We know right from wrong. We know the parts we're supposed to play for each other. The question is, why the fuck don't we step up and play it? The problem is that when the masculine energy clashes with black men who are we also dealing with our own shit every day. This is why you get the toxic relationships. These men feel disrespected, and the woman feels she's just doing what she had to do to survive and make her life happen. So by the time she meets us, she's already in that mode or that mojo. So it's hard to kind of dial back, I guess, a step back from that. But while you were operating or being taught to operate, you should have already had a fail-safe or kill switch with that. All right, it's like saying, okay, well, listen, females are always saying, well, I want to wait for the right one, and he's going to take care of me and do and all of that, and then I'll submit. Yeah, okay. I tell you what, how does this sound? I'm going to wait for the right one to come along so that I can be respectful. I can be protective. I can create a balance in our house that we can have one another's attention long enough so that we can both become mature emotionally, being able to respect one another in a level that would consistently grow and build over time. And I'll say that's bullshit, because most folks not gonna get that nowadays because everybody's on self, especially when it comes to the female persuasion. And I'm not talking down on you guys. It's just what it is. It's the lane you've been driving in for so fucking long. It just comes natural. It's just like muscle memory. Bang, 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 bang. When the balance tips, man, if you ever had balance, all respect flies out of the window. So how are men supposed to deal with this shit? Fellas, the first thing you need to do as black men is to set boundaries. I can't stress this enough. Now, some people will look at boundaries and say there's a line in the sand, and it actually is. But it doesn't mean to say pull away from your partner. If a woman is constantly disrespecting you, it's important to communicate clearly, emphatically. You will not tolerate disrespect. Boundaries, as being said, is not about controlling. It's not about getting somebody to kneel down and control somebody else's behavior, but just to set a standard, man, of a level of respect that you are willing to receive and you need to have. Here's the thing. Communication is key. Many times we feel disrespected as men, but choose to remain silent in fear of escalating the situation, man. And no man should ever be in a position where he's walking around on eggshells when he's feeling some kind of way and he needs to discuss it with his woman. This is what you call leaving windows open. And it takes too much energy to leave windows open, right? I will say this, and I'm going to say this on this platform, and it's just fact. Silence is dangerous. You don't want individuals around you coming to their own conclusions about what you said, what you did, or how you feel. You want to be in control enough to express these things. Someone was saying to me, yeah. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to me out the way and blah, blah, blah. And you draw all of these things. And when you check out of it, you forget that you have an individual who's vested in you at this point in time. And they've been silent, sitting on this thing. I'll give you a story. This is going to correlate exactly, convey here. One morning, I was riding down the highway, and see these cars in front of each other. One that cut across, kind of close to the car. Guy tooted his horn. Boop, boop. And you see the other guy that kind of leaned over, go his horn back, whoop, whoop, and give him the bird. Fuck you, yeah. So you're watching the cars, and they zoom on off. You're not paying no attention. You know, I get off the exit. I'm a good gas. Do you know? I saw the little guy that weaved over and the other guy at the gas station. The guy who flipped him the bird was getting a royal ass whooping. I mean, I'm telling you, and it was early in the morning. We're talking about before 9 a.m. So whoever this was, he was whooping ass on the way to work. Come to find out, his wife had left him. He was divorced, and he was foreclosed on his house. He had a lot of stuff going on. So him suffering in silence, this individual caught a pre-existing ass whooping to the 10th power. You don't want your person that you're with to walk around with that kind of pressure on them, and they need to decompress based on the shit that you put down on them. I'm gonna tell you something. There's a lot of people, period. This goes for both men and women. On this, if you can hear me, there are a lot of people that's sitting in cells wearing orange, green, and beige, and tan, and stripes, who have encountered people like you. And I promise you, They're sitting there and they're content and knowing that the person like you will never do the sucker shit that was done to them to anyone else. Don't let that go over your head. Even if you don't fuck with the people anymore, it's not that you don't fuck with them and how you discard them. Excuse me, that you discard them, it's how you discard them. Respect is everything. Everything. Being honest and being respectful in nature, and when you sit down and you talk to people, it's everything. Now, what I will say is this. If you don't stand firm on your boundaries from the start, it will continue. It's not about fighting fire with fire, none of that tit for tat shit. All right? It's not about matching her masculine energy, fellas. It's about governing yourself. You know, you got to control your aggression. It's about growing and emotional maturity and respectfully but firmly addressing the issue when it happens. And you got some out here, man, that will push you to the fucking blink of wanting to tear the whole side of their face off, because the minute you start expressing something, here they go. Won't let you get a word in edgewise. So you sitting there and you're like, yeah, you really doing this? Which takes me back to, you remember the old movies in the 1930s and 40s and 50s, and you know, you see old Humphrey Bogart or one of them sitting up there looking at the lady and you're on the way. And the next thing you know, shut up, Scarlett. I don't condone violence, but I'm gonna tell you something. The pimpin' in me sometimes will take my right hand and want to put it across the left side of your motherfucking face. That's just facts, man. And I'm telling you, ladies, you have to understand the amount of resolve that your fella has when dealing with you in those very moments. If he hasn't jumped up out of the table or chair and drop kicked your ass, man, you have to understand there is an amount of love or compassion or respect that he has for you. He's willing to take a level of diminishment in his respect to prove that he has your back or your best interest at heart. I'm asking you, man, when you have those kind of moments, man, to breathe, settle down, get yourself to the point where you can listen to your man. Yeah. Because see, what you guys don't take into account is that we as men, we are always on one. Always, especially when it comes to another man. We don't play with other men. Two men can sit down, like I said all the time. I said on this show, we can sit down and have this place can be laid out with everything, money, cash, pussy, whatever men could desire or imagine in their lives, it could be right here. And there's always a split instance where we could tear it all up behind some disrespect. So why do you think that you can disrespect a man when a man won't take disrespect from another man? Is it because the world's told you that he better not do nothing to me? Or I'm gonna call 12, or shit, my brothers are gonna come over here and do X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. You know what? I used to be that motherfucker. Not no more. You call me with the shit, I'm like, what you do? What did you do? Yeah, I'm asking that question because I'm not banking anything on that kind of credit anymore. Not in this day and age. Not even with my own daughters. What you do? What did you do? What you say to them? Yeah. Because a lot of times, man, it doesn't have to escalate. Recognize if you have someone in your presence, man, that they're there because they want to be there. You can all be anywhere in the world. But if you chose to be where you are, that's where you want to be. So we've already signed up to take some bullshit from each other. The question is, how much bullshit are we going to take? How much bullshit are we willing to take? Yeah. Then when you address the situation, fellas, it's important to avoid escalating the conflict. This means not raising your voice. Try not to. Not engaging in a shouting match and all that kind of stuff. Definitely not using any form of physical intimidation. No pimp hands. No drop kicks. No none of that. There's a difference between standing your ground and being combative. I'm not saying be combative. I'm just saying be attentive when you're listening. Okay? Black men, we got to be wise because it doesn't always play out in our favor when we have these kind of things get escalated. Okay? Our objective is to correct behavior when it comes to the lack of or the level of respect that we demand or request. But don't disrespect her in the process. Try not to. One tool to focus on is the I statement. Because I've been guilty. We all have. Instead of saying you always disrespect me, say I feel disrespected when you speak to me like that. This keeps the focus on your feelings as opposed to making it an attack on her character, which could only make things worse. The goal isn't to win an argument. The goal is mutual respect and understanding. Yeah. And let's shift gears a bit. Why is it that in other cultures it's more acceptable for men to correct their women, but when black men do the same, it seems as oppressive or wrong? Someone always got something to say. You ain't my daddy, but my response is, bitch, you don't even, do you know who your daddy is? Yeah. Because the fact that you out here in the street running around disrespecting men, let me know your daddy wasn't even there, which is another shift. Let me shift this motherfucker into high gear. You got a lot of daddies that were quote unquote on the scene, right? And mommies. And they taught you how a man's supposed to treat you. But you know what them lames didn't teach you? They didn't teach you how to treat a man or how to govern yourself in the presence of a motherfucking man. Because 9 times out of 10, your mammy was running the household and your daddy was merely a provider and a donor. Yeah. Because if he had a backbone in his back and he was ever really stand on himself, he would tell you how to deal and treat a man when you were in his presence, i.e. given the utmost respect that you're supposed to. Now, a lot of you have probably witnessed your mammy disrespecting your father. I said your father. There's a difference. Your father, donor and provider. Yeah. So I'm scratching the surface as kind of where this comes from. Because you got a lot of people that have mommies and daddies in relationships, man, and been married 20, 30, 40 years. They ain't even sleeping in the same motherfucking bed. What kind of house they got? And, both of them feel like they can just get up and move and go anywhere they want to go, how they want to go, and do what they want to do when they want to do it. That's not solid and to any kind of relationship. I don't know what that is. That's some shit that just happened. And they're just there for the convenience of it all, checking a house. I think that is basically the premise to that. But here's a problem with that. Because motherfuckers' children is watching. They take that out in the world. And they think they can do that. Especially young ladies. There's no self-respecting man that gets off from watching his woman move up and down the road, go and come. I'd say it as she pleases, but as she pleases. There's no value in that. You for the streets. You for the streets. I asked a question to somebody, right? I said, okay, let's say you got a man and your man come home and he said, hey, I'm going to Colombia with the fellas. I already bought my plane ticket. And we going on this day and we're coming back this day. We gone for a week. What would do? How would you carry that shit? This your man. Y'all been together 8 years, 5 years, whatever the fuck it is, whatever. It would be World War V in there today. Or it'd be the coldest fall ever for that nigga in that house. I'll tell you why. This is how your mind works, right? The fact that he can come and talk to you after he's conceptualized the thought of doing something and then acted on it and put his boys above you and him. And at the same time, y'all, he's moving how he wants to move, like he has nothing at home waiting on him. And then You hear stories about Colombia and those places. Yeah, all those places. Without even keeping you in the loop. But this is the world in which we live at this point in time. But this will get that maximum masculine response. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Now, when we talk about the correction thing, right, a big part of this comes from the long history of black women being forced into leadership roles. Once again, that's bullshit. Often without the support of a strong male figure. Now, I'm going to say this, right? Some will say, yeah, my daddy left. He didn't be there. He wasn't there. He was never there. Da, 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 da. I'm going to tell you why your daddy wasn't never there. And this is the brass tacks. He met your mama. He wanted to hit it. He hit it. He didn't quit it. You came on the scene. But he didn't want your mama. Your mama decided to keep you and was going to force him to do right by you. Well, that's one of those times that the man has stood on business. Bitch, I didn't want you, so you ain't gonna make me want no child, and I don't even want you. Sad, but true. So here's the bitterness. She has you. She may never speak ill about your father, but because you remind her so much of him, there's always that little level of tension and frustration when it comes to you. Yeah. And it plays a big part on how you view life, and I get it. A lot of us, not me, but my parents around. Yeah, God, thank you, Lord. Yeah, but here we go. In the black community, however, trust between black men and black women has been fractured based on this thing. There's a history of trauma and neglect and survival that's created this tension. But I also think there's been a shift, particularly in the modern society, where any attempt by a man to correct or lead a woman is labeled as toxic and chauvinistic. There's a divine order to things, right? So we wonder why there's a big shift in our community where now people are projecting all these images of soft and docile and gay black men, flaming and whatever else, undercover. Not knocking it. Ain't for me. It's your business. It has a lot to do with what was put down by mama. Okay? I'm going to say this to you single mothers out there. If you chose to lay on your back to get up on your feet and you decide to keep what came with it and take care of it and clothe it, it is your responsibility to get it with a positive male role model. Don't let your children grow up with a half full or half empty bucket. You fuck those kids up like that because they constantly see you. Here's what the young boys see, right? Matter of fact, you know what? Let me put it to you like this. Let me say this. While that might be true in some cases as far as the chauvinistic aspect of things, right? It doesn't mean men should have or should never have a voice. In many other cultures, a man stepping up and correcting his woman is seen as him protecting his family. It's like, y'all see The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston? Kevin Costner told her, hey, I can't protect you like this. You're going to have to do it my way or I got to go. It's the same way. A man can't protect what he can't correct. It's like having a bodyguard. A bodyguard shows up if he's got a primary. You're going out to an event. The primary, boom, we know who they are. We know everybody that's with the primary. The primary is not to get touched. So the bodyguard goes to the event prior to, does a walkthrough, knows where all the exits are, knows who all the service people are, and who knows who working that day, who's not working. He knows everything about the venue. And let's say that there was a situation that potentially was going to happen or could happen. The bodyguard has prior knowledge of it. It's just his instinct. He's going to tell the primary where to go. This is the way we're going. This is how we're getting out of here. And going to protect and serve and do what they're supposed to do for the individual. Not so in most black relationships. When you walk to a house and knock on the door, and I'm going to tell you something, in most cultures, any other culture, as opposed to ours, you rarely see the woman answer the door. It's always the man out front. And I'm gonna give you some game too. Proper etiquette, ladies. You out on dates and shit. Dude open the door, let you walk in first. He's wrong. He used to open the door, walk inside first, let you in by holding the door open. He's the first to enter the room, not you. There's a reason for that. We should never be presenting you to anyone, especially if you are of value and of worth to him. Then work like that. It's just like walking down the street. You're supposed to be on the inside of him, not towards the street. At all times. You should never open the door. You open the car door. Even if you were walking down and you are, hey, well, look, I can go ahead and open the door for you this time. Boom. He's not to get in the car until you're in. You should never pump gas. There's a lot of things you should never do, or you don't do. And a lot of times it goes unacknowledged because you're expecting of it, because you were taught that this is how a man's supposed to treat you, but you don't know how to fucking treat a man. Yeah. But like I said, man, in most cultures, like I said, because they step up and speak up and do their correction things, they proceed to be leading and protecting their relationship and protecting their family, guiding the relationship, ensuring stability in the relationship. But for black men, it's often viewed as us trying to control or oppress or get the black woman to submit to our will and do what I say and all of that. What I will say is, y'all have a saying, I can do bad all by myself. That's the fucking problem. You've been doing it by yourself. So it's been bad. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta let go sometimes. Like let the fuck go. No one can do anything to you that you don't allow them to do. But if it's general stuff, man, the basics, you should be willing to let go. Yeah. This has to change, man. This correction shit and leadership. It doesn't mean to control or have dominance. It's about, how do I say it? Because it ain't partnership. Because goddamn it, I ain't looking for no partner. I want somebody who's gonna play their role. I want someone who is going to acknowledge the shit that I do for her, just like I acknowledge the shit that you do for me. By the expressions of love. My love languages and any man's love language is service. It will always be service, and then there's the others. Yeah. Recognize my goddamn service. A man correcting his woman isn't about making her less. It's about letting her know that there's a level and a standard in which I see you in, that I'm willing to lay my shit down. Because you got to understand, if you got a motherfucking man that understands what it is to have a woman in his life, he's willing to lay his life down for that shit, based on some respect shit. And this is retrospectively to what I was saying about respecting earlier, dealing with your masculine energies that you bring. If a motherfucking man is willing to walk out here and lay his life on the line and potentially lay it down for the protection and the covering of you and his family, what gives you the inclination to think that he should be taking that shit from you? The very one that he's willing to sacrifice for. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. A man correcting his wife isn't about making her less. Like I said, it's about building her up. Letting her know, hey, look, I got this. I need you for other shit. I need you to be clear. I need your spirit of discernment to be right. I need you to help me do other shit. But all of this grunt work shit, I got that. And if I'm asking you to do something, I need you to do what I ask you to do. Because it ain't shit that you ask me to do that I don't do. I don't tell you no. I go get it. Yeah. And let's be real. If we're going to grow as black men and women, black women need to be able to accept some correction. Have some self-accountability from your black man. From your black man. Shit, we fight the world. How the fuck do we want to? Why is it that why should we even have to come home and fight at home? Damn. Doesn't make sense to me. Correction is not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of submission. It's just that we can't continue to operate with this attitude that says, I don't need no man telling me what to do. If he's coming from a place of love and he's genuine and he cares, why reject it? Yeah. Headship is not always about the money. This is where the rubber meets the road, i.e. the earlier conversation when we talk about Lori Harvey projecting his image and his glorified lifestyle because her father's pimping her off to the world, that kind of shit. You hear me? Yeah, anybody can give you some money. If you got a motherfucking pistol in America, you can get some paper. Take a brick, you can go get some paper. There's no excuse for you not to have any. Unless you are truly trying to accomplish something and you don't want to cross different things. But if it comes down to actual survival, you can go get some paper. So don't make it about that. Look at the measure of the man in front of you. What is he sacrificing to be with you? And I'm gonna tell you something. The honest thing is, if you're a woman and you got your shit together half-ass, your environment doesn't change. The man comes to you. He's gonna drive to you. He's gonna pick you up. He's gonna drop you off. He's gonna do all that kind of shit that he can do. You know, he's gonna make sure you're safe when you're with him. If you feel like you can't be safe with him, then yeah, you don't need to be around him. But yeah, all of that. And he's going to be as encouraging as he possibly can with you and the things that you deal with on a daily, putting his emotions and his feelings usually on the back burner to deal with on his own, if it's that situation. Yeah. You say, all right, black women, you often say you want a strong black man, but that strength comes with leadership and correction. It's like black men we need to understand how to address our women's ebbs and flows with their emotional things. You know, it's like the weather, and carry a level of understanding and being respectful. I'm gonna tell you, like for me, God damn it, I ain't sitting under no disrespect. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I cannot. For you to question me questions the moral fiber in me, or who the fuck I've chose to deal with. And I stand on business with those that I care about. I keep my circle small, very small. If you in it, goddamn it, the only way I'm cutting you off is if you give me the scissors. If you're not done anything to me, shit, I'm riding with you to the end of the line, till the wheels fall off of it. Yeah. Black women, y'all need to understand that leadership requires balance. Sometimes that means stepping the fuck back and letting your man lead. If you have to question if you're in the presence of a man, then yeah, maybe you're not in the presence of a man, but you know when you are. You know when you are. Even though you may have had a good father around who taught you how you should be treated. If he didn't give you the game on how you need to be treating a man, your father ain't that good. He's not a dad. Yeah. Daddies shoot straight. Guess what comes with that? Yeah, you're going to need to be ready to do X, Y, and Z. Yeah. At the end of the day, it all boils down to respect and trust. Black men, We got to stand firm in our manhood and not shy away from correcting our women. We got to stand. We got to stand on business, especially when they're out of line. But we got to do it with care and respect. Black women, it's time to let go of that guarded survival thing that you got going on. Let me say this to you. If you're supposed to be a woman, be a motherfucking woman. Don't be a man. Most men don't deal with men. The majority of men don't deal with men. I don't play well with other dudes. So, you know, when you see me, if I'm around folks, it's either family, i.e. blood, family, or like it has been in my past, you got motherfuckers that are working. They're there to do a job because I don't want to be bothered. So keep motherfuckers away from me. So when I come home, I don't want no motherfucking man in my house. I don't want no man around me riding and going and eating and we dating. I don't do that. That's not me. That's not for me. Yeah. So anything I get from you, if it's resembling or any way comparable to a man, yeah, we got a problem. We got a serious problem. Yeah. So yeah, when you dealing with men like me who understand and know who they are, you can't come with that masculine bullshit because it's not gonna fly well for you. You can't shame him. You can't say, oh well, who hurt you? You did, bitch, because you coming to me with this bullshit like you're a motherfucking man and you trying me, and it's a problem because I'm restraining myself, but I want to do some shit to you, but I'm restraining the shit out of me. And I need you to see how I'm restraining myself. And I'm not trying to be escalated with what I'm saying to you, but I need you to hear what I'm saying. Yeah, you're disrespecting me in a way that's unacceptable. Yeah. If you got a man and you have to question your judgment, that's a you problem. But if you have a man that you know that's on point and means the world to him, trust in your man's ability to lead and understand that correction is not disrespect. It's a part of love. If we're going to thrive as people, as black people, black men and black women, we have to stop fighting each other and start working together. That begins with restoring the respect on both sides. All I can say is, man, a lot of us have been through a whole hell of a lot, and I can't blame some people for the things that they've gone through, but there comes a time when you have to let certain shit go. I.e., you have to look at where your wellspring is and who are you getting, who are you getting your seeds from? Who's teaching you? You know, if your mother wasn't able to hold down a motherfucking man, why are you taking any advice from her? If your father was a whore, he was a trick, why are you taking any advice from him about relationship? Why? Find you somebody who actually has done the shit, done the work, and has a serious, viable, bankable relationship or whatever it is. This is the same thing you apply in business. I'm not taking business advice from a motherfucker that's never done the business. Not so. Not sound. See, I'm sitting here and I speak from experience. And my experiences are mine. Everyone's theirs, but at the same time, we've had them. Not to jump off the subject, but it's all correlating. Okay. You might find someone who say, hey man, I used to climb Mount Everest. I've been there, done that. Some people will say, well, hell, you won't do it now. So what that mean to me? Huh? What it should mean to a stupid motherfucker and that he's been to the mountaintop and he knows how to get there. So even to be in an individual's presence that's had the things that we desire, regardless of what it is. Everything is temporary in this life. Everything's temporary. Life is temporary. This life is temporary. There's a season for everything. So let's just say you found this guy, he climbed Mount Everest, as I just said. You don't think he can give you some pointers on how to get there? A lot of times, we as Black folks, we look to tap into people to save our lives, to upgrade our lives, to change our circumstances. When in all actuality, motherfucker, it's your job, and it should be your proclivity to do whatever it is you need to do to change your circumstances. And it should be chalked up as a blessing to be an individual's space that can give you some tutelage. When you see someone who, I wouldn't say necessarily failed at life. Let's say they've seen life. You can't take their experiences from them. They'll always have it. Whether it's something that you can manifest in your life, on your face, you can't take their experiences from them. Even down to the relationship thing. Okay. You got people that have been together for 20, 30, 40 years and had a wonderful relationship. They never married. But the minute they say, I do, the relationship is over. But then you have people who have been married for 20, 30, 40 years and had a life full of bliss. I can speak from family members who they were soulmates. And I wouldn't even say soulmates. I'll say they made a choice to be some goddamn where. When you make a choice to be some damn where, you're going to make it work. You're going to do your part to make what needs to work. Are the relatives, man, that shit, they were together, I don't know, 56 years or some shit like that, maybe more, 56 years or more. And when one died, the other one was gone in 6 months, died of a broken heart. They personally gone. There was nothing else for them to live for. You know, they were up in age at that point too, but at the same time, I'm making that the statement to say that when you choose to do something or be somewhere, goddamn it, and that's what it is. Good, bad, ugly. Growth should always be the objective, to grow. You're going to have disagreements. You're going to have misunderstandings. But the things we need to be looking for in each other is the consistency of whether or not the individual is there with me. Forget everything you learned, man. Forget everything you learned. You didn't do it to me. I didn't do it to you. If it's all new, let it be new. Yeah. Ladies, stop disrespecting yourselves. Stop allowing people to disrespect you. And yeah. You got to change in how we dealing with each other. Oh, well, I got you here, man. If you like the show, man, click subscribe, the bell, smash the like. Yeah. I came on a little early, man, and it's kind of going to trickle what it needs to trickle, but I can't war with Monday Night Football. I got to be watching myself. I got to go play my book. I got stuff I got to do. So until football season's over, this is where we at. We right here. Yeah, like I said, if you like the show, man, subscribe. Follow me right here on YouTube, and also, if you like the show, follow me on Instagram, on Facebook. Yep, let me know you came through. Touch me. Let me know. I'm here. If you're just joining the show, this is what the show was about. Your daddy groomed Lori to be a hoe for Diddy's freak offs. Because trust me, she got freaked off. He wouldn't walk around with that boy for nothing. Trust me, he touched her. I wonder what he felt like about it. But you know what? That's his stepdaughter, so I don't know what he really felt. That's her mama. She her mama's child. I'm gonna leave it at that. She her mama's child. I was watching a video the other day about stepdaddies and shit. With a stepdaddy in the house and wanted to correct the little child, and the child said, "You ain't my daddy." And the mama stood on being the child. That's the level of masculine response that you get, and that kind of thing. When a man's got to question himself, like, "Damn, did I do the right thing? I got this female in my house telling me I can't say nothing to her baby or her child?" I tell you this much: it'd be like Nevaeh, her and that baby would get the fuck out my house ASAP. Yeah. You're not gonna tell me what I can't do in my house. I'm disciplining everybody. You too. Got to go. Chuck you the deuces. Yeah. That has a lot to do with perspective too. Here you go. You got a man and a woman, right? In a relationship. You got some women out here that will put their dogs before their mate in the relationship, their man in their relationship. Priority, precedence. If it's you and your mate in a relationship, it's you and your mate, then everybody else. No one's saying neglect your children or neglect your responsibilities or whatever, but at the same time, you got to be on point with what the hell you supposed to be doing and who you supposed to be doing it with. If I'm doing this with you, it's me and you, and then them. They reap the benefit of the shit that we do. If we make fucked up decisions, they suffer. But if you constantly breeding division between us and separation, then shit, we merely strangers in the house that crash into one another. Respect, once again. Damn, we keep revisiting that. And it's a shame. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. But if he speaks up, "Fuck you, nigga. Yeah, that's my child. Yeah. Well, you know what? Go find your baby's daddy. And you ain't got to worry about coming back in no more." Yeah. Oh, and fellas, don't be moving in with no broad, man. Yeah. Always have your own shit. I don't give a fuck if you have to sleep in a motherfucking VW bug or on the thing. Always have your own place to go to. Yeah. Never be dependent. Not in that manner. Damn, that just hit me like a ton of bricks too. It seemed like a lot of sisters want their brothers, man, that's just over broke, are struggling a little bit so they can control them. Is that a thing? Is that a real thing? I think that's a real thing too. Yeah. Even down to the young lady, right, who got the talk show. What's her name? Tabitha, I think that's her name. Yeah, she retired her husband, and it seems like all these sisters want to go in on her and call her a fool and this, that, and the other. But you know what? That man held her up. And I don't like to use the term hold her down. Held her up while she was doing her thing or getting her stuff together. So it's now time to do her thing. And that's how relationships should go. Yeah. But you can't take nothing from that man. He may be there, but shit, he's probably gearing up to do something else, and they shifting responsibilities. And let's say we don't know what kind of savings he got for all he could be caked up like a motherfucker. You can have an IUL that's powerful as shit. He's borrowing down, draining on it, flipping his credit, the whole nine yards to cover his shit if it's a monetary thing. A lot of times the blessings of this, the blessing for you to get ahead, a lot of times means that you need an intern, or he could be her intern, her greatest assistant, to make sure that everything she needs on point. Not always about the money. That's ignorance. Your mammy's taught you wrong. Yeah. Your mammy, bitter, mad, old, decrepit. Yeah. You got some goddamn mammies out here still running around the street 60, 70, 80 years old. Can't stay home for shit. Got a man in the house and can't stay the fuck in the house. What's wrong with that picture? But yet still you going to get information and knowledge from her on how you should be dealing with your man. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Find you somebody, man, who has actually done the work on themselves, man, that is prospering and is a solid example of togetherness. You gotta do it, man. Gotta do it. Let me tell you, I'm cool with everything, man. I see people that I've dealt with, man, over the years, and some may say, man, I didn't want to be, taking advantage of a situation or whatever the case may be. Listen, when you got somebody to fuck with you, You can't take advantage of them because they fuck with you. That's your conscience fucking with you. Respect is everything. I keep saying it. Respect is everything. When you respect yourself, you can learn to respect others. That's growth for your ass. That's growth. I came on here to put a little paint where it ain't, man. I did my thing, goddammit. I did my thing. And in the world in which we rolling at and we doing what we doing, man, a lot of times we got that distrust. That distrust. And when we find people that are going through their things and they're mental and they're medicating and doing things, I feel like this. Maybe we can get a bag together.
If you're willing to self-medicate and you're out here and I run across you, if I would run across you, why don't we get paid for your self-medication?
What's up, man? That's a little crazy ass.
I guess that went over your head.
Just trust me, if you want to go, I'll send you. I'll show you what you need to do. Yeah. And fellas, listen. There come a time when it's going to be required of you or asked of you. And I understand if you don't feel that good and that safe, that comfortable about it because you have those issues.
Someone said you are further perpetuating the stereotypes of character of black women and exhibiting perpetuated behaviors of black men. You know what, baby? It is what it is with some folks, and this is most. The majority rules. There are exceptions. There are a lot of exceptions to the rule that have their shit together. And this conversation is merely to stimulate the intellectual thought and to ignite the fucking neutrons in these dead heads to become the exceptions to the rules and not perpetuate these stereotypes, but to see past them and understanding the things that we look at when we see them and being better people and all these choices and these decisions that we make. And even being honest, so fuck it. Prime example. I don't know how many people have watched the show. Shout out to everybody on that show. It's an excellent show where now the young guy who's on the rib joint said, hey, look, fuck it. Let's have an open relationship. How many people can actually stand to do that? And I'm stating this because, hell, there's lifestyles for that shit where, all right, you and him can couple up and go to a motherfucking joint where y'all can just fuck off for the night. You fuck somebody, he fuck somebody, and y'all go home, leave that shit there. But most people are not willing to do that because connections, and I'm saying this from a man's perspective or a male's perspective, not a man. There's a constant competition between males. Well, damn, his dick bigger than mine. He fucked longer than mine. He didn't got hurt to the point where she coming better than me. All this other bullshit. And it was stated on the last show where, oh, he eat pussy better. Well, you know, here's the thing. I may not eat pussy because I don't trust you bitches. And how many motherfuckers you done sat on and got off in and done and did raw and all that bullshit. So there may be boundaries there where I might, as opposed to, let me get it all. So Dante's a whole nother motherfucker. So as far as I'm concerned, look, when Dante get your ass eat out, you might have to give him some, but you come home, let me poke you out real good. I'll break your back, but he can eat you out. These are the perspectives as men. I'm speaking to brothers as opposed to be quote unquote alphas and not simps. You have to get your mindset, your heart set right to say, hey, look, sometimes you need to go get that elsewhere, but I can take care of everything else. I need to know who this motherfucker is and he know who I am. So when I'm ready, hey, mother nigga, look, you need to get ready for some jokes. Cause he ready to come over. She ready to come over, sit on your face like Mae West, and you have to tell her some jokes while she's sitting on your face. And send her on home because I'm gonna poke her back out. Boom. That's it. And as a matter of fact, you can go ahead and get her hair done and her nails done this week and to save me some motherfucking trouble. So that I can put that money elsewhere and take her to Lake Muma or wherever the fuck I'm gonna take her to and get her some dinner. You hear me? So send them $200.
It's all about you being in control.
No. No. Listen to me. No. Pause. It's about the pimping. It's about
You're just trying to be in control of
No. It's about the pimping in me because if I'm gonna give up something, that nigga gonna send something home to me.
Being secure in who the fuck you are, as long as you got the respect from your partner, or excuse me, your person, and oh Lord, listen, just having fun, but at the same time, it's all applicable. People gonna do what they want to do, and like I said, respect is everything. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. There always have to be a level of respect there. If you want to move how you want to move, consider the individual that you're with. You know, even nowadays, man, when I meet sisters, man, I don't know who they are. A lot of them motherfuckers been gun toters and blade toters and a whole bunch of shit, man. It will slick your ass too short to shit. So you gotta have a conversation. Hey, oh yeah, well, this is what I'm feeling, and this is why I'm feeling it, and where I want to go and do and see, and but this is where I'm at, and kind of be transparent with your shit, man. Look, either I can do it or I can't, and if I can, then yeah, I'm gonna do it to the dutivity, the most dutivity I can do it. But yeah, if not, cool. And a lot of times, man, you can't trust them, man. They're loud talking and shit, just like this motherfucker.
How about this? It's not a whole lot of bodies, it's a whole lot of experience. And let me tell you something.
Yeah, still bodies, bitch.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it
At
is.
the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I had to get experience.
It matters.
For me to be the girl that you're so in love with in the bedroom, I'm sorry. You don't want to know how I learned how to do that thing that you like.
No.
You don't want to.
Hear what I said? See, that's that back and forth thing. It matters. It all matters. You can't. Here you go. Do you know that there's a lot of subtle disrespect that goes on? And we talk about respect in our relationships, period. So this is a two-way thing. You got people that'll love you in private, but disown you in public. Won't even claim you in public. That's bad. For whatever reason. And you're saying a whole lot, and you don't have to say nothing. But the offense has already been made and played. You don't think the individual that's sitting next to you is already sizing you up and like, man, they're gonna catch me on one of these days. Boy. It's gonna be too bad, too sad. But they're walking in the Lord's army, so they haven't touched you yet. Hey, look, I'm just talking about shit, man. I'm talking about shit. That's what I do. That's what I do. A lot of us out here moving around, man, and fucking up. Wondering whether we fucking down. And just fucking up.
What do you see in the individual that you're with that you see in yourself? Sideways is cool if you're in your 20s. Well, damn, okay. I always thought it was either up or down. I mean, sideways is just nothing. That's lateral moves keep you where you are. I'm not understanding that. Are you fucking above your station, meaning are you a low value individual seeking a high value individual and you can't keep up because you're trying to come up and you fucking up and the individual knows that he's fucking down or she's fucking down or vice versa? Same thing I said, man. Retrospectively, it starts with you. Last evening's conversation was very, very, very deep. And a lot of people, I'm sure you had good takeaways from it. Trust that people are going to be who they are, and you're going to be who you are.
So are you fucking up or are you fucking down? Ask the individual that you're with based on the respect that they give you. Yeah. A lot of times people disrespect you, man, because they hate you. Laying behind you, jealous, just right there, just with you, watching you do you, shining and enjoying your life or trying to enjoy life with them, and they just can't give it to you. They'll tell you, I ain't got it to give, and you don't have the bandwidth to extend because, why? Because you fucking hate me? Yeah, so I'm fucking down. I'm fucking up because I'm fucking down. I'm just talking my shit, y'all. I'm just talking my shit. Yeah, but listen, respect should be given on both parts, man. But it's hard for us as black men to even address our black sisters, especially now in the days in which we live in, which the media is controlled by a bunch of feminists and misandrists who constantly put the play out that, hey, women, we can do it all by ourselves. But then what they do is they prop a whole bunch of neophytes and closet homo thugs up in front of y'all and degenerate to say, hey, this is who you need to be with. This is the one that's going to take care of you and provide you all the shit you need to give you this glamorous life. When any solid, strong father, daddy will tell you, find you a man who's not willing to lay in his shit because he's willing to get up and go turn a shovel and make life happen for both of you all without hindering or burdening you with anything extra. Who's willing to come home and allow you to see his work. But you got to be willing fall in line. And it's not relinquishing any power. God damn it. Women, your greatest strength is your silence. As men, we are builders, so we fix shit. So if you're too quiet, what's the first thing we're gonna ask you? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's happening? What you need? And this is, for those who are not emotionally mature, this is our downfall. Because we want to go fix her. We want to go fix it. And in all actuality, she don't want you to fix shit. She want to stew in that. She wants you to be understanding of what it is she's going through. Yeah, that part. One thing I do know about a woman, if she needs you, she gonna say, hey, I need you to, unless she's prideful and she's been raised by some crash dummy ass mammy or auntie or some motherfucker that was just dealing or dealt wrong, or whatever the fuck it is. You know, she got some fucked up advice and she's out here trudging along to be by herself. Let me say this to you. You're only as good as the team you got. And if you got motherfucker with you that's willing to be cold, hungry, and alone with your motherfucking ass and build a life, then yeah, you've lucked up and won. Because you 2 hands and 4 hands are much more than 2 in 1. Get your life. Stop fucking around and fucking up. You can't do it by yourself. Nobody can do it by themselves. Every solid man got a good woman behind him, and every strong, quote unquote, strong woman should have a stronger man back in her play, protecting her. Okay? Stop shaming and belittling your black man for the world. It makes it harder for him. We ain't on code worth shit. Nothing. If you like this show, bitch, follow me, subscribe, hit the bell, like this motherfucker, share it. I need you to do just that. Follow me on the Insta slut. Let me get my shit up. I got to start focusing on this shit. Hit that motherfucker, man. Let me know. Yeah, follow me. Follow me. I'll follow you back. God damn it. Let's grow together. Let's do that. I'm on Facebook, man. I'm always posting on there goofy ass shit. And yeah, I'm here Monday. Like the reels and all that bullshit. If you just joined the show, this was the topic, man. Diddy? I think he did, honestly, man. Listen, gave her the game, walked her in. Hey, look, yeah, let me approve of you. I like you. I like what you're doing. You like my daughter? Go ahead and hang out. Y'all kick it, whatever. Woo, woo, woo. And yeah, served it right on up. I don't know what that means or what that's about, but yeah, it is what it is. And you ain't even heard from this motherfucker since Diddy went and got himself jammed up. Yeah, on the approval of his daughter dating him while dating the son, allegedly dating the son and the father. Thus the word says, you can't come to the father unless you come through the son. If that is the word to be asked, yeah, you can't come to the father unless you come through the son. Come through the, they got to have the son and then the father. Yeah. You know what? They remind me of the movie Step Brothers, when the father was getting ready to get married to Will Ferrell's mother, and he said, "What about me, Dad? What if I'm in the house and she didn't had the old bull, and I come out the shower and my hair and on my chest, my bead running down to my ball fro, and she want to get the calf? Then what?" Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. You can't tell me that girl wasn't a part of the freak off. She was a part of the freak off. Yeah. Lori Harvey was a part of this. Excuse me. She was a part of Diddy's freak off. God damn it. And Steve Center approved that. Yeah. Contrary to belief, it's alleged that, even her mama, she's her mama's daughter. Her mama was out there in these streets too. Yeah. She was on some case with somebody down in Texas. Do your homework. It's out there. I ain't got to talk about it. Anytime you motherfucking test the people's, man, there's paperwork about you out there and see how you conducted yourself, even if you were witness. Yeah. And You know, they say snitches get stitches in places in stasis unless you got a lot of motherfuckers in denial because you fucking with a nigga that's high profile. Yeah. So you better stay right there as long as you can, if you understand. Yeah. But that's none of my business. It's none of my business. None of my business. None of my business. And all you're getting, man, get some understanding. And if you like the show, once again, man, listen, like and subscribe, hit that bell, man, get the notifications, let me know, or let you know, we'll let you know when I'm coming on. And if you got any show ideas, man, leave it in the comments, man. Drop it right down in the comments. If you like what you heard, like what you seen, anything I need to talk about, anything I need to know, anything I've missed, man, leave it in the comments. I'll get at it. And listen, man, love on your people. Let your people know that you care, man. Even though you beefing, go see about them. Pull up, man. Swallow that pride. The rest of today is not guaranteed to you. We dropping like flies, people. And then we got the other shit that's going on that we can't even control. The politics, the climate, the atmosphere. Talking about planets rolling up next to us, a whole bunch of shit. So yeah, and all you're getting, man, get you some understanding so you can get yourself together, man, and have a safe space and place. And I'm saying that mentally and spiritually, man. You know, be the best you can be. The only way to do that, man, is to shed the bullshit. Pride always comes before the fall. As long as you stay prideful, you're on your way down. You know? Tonight has been brought to you by POS Cigar Lounge. This is get your life, y'all. Get mine. Make sure you choose your people wisely. All folks accountable. Let's start with you. Make it home safe for y'all that is in traffic. Share this, tell your friends, and no one is growing. Peace.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring 'em out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events.
Major show alert.
All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.